Hi. Hello. Okay. Oh my gosh, my children are outside the window, straight up feral. Um, okay, trying to get this typed here. Oh, it's so hard to type when you are holding your phone. Hello, everyone. Okay, pin, got it. There we go. Okay. Happy, beautiful, it's Tuesday, right? Wait, what day is it? It is Tuesday. Happy, beautiful Tuesday. It says it's adding you, Adrian. You probably have to do your personal. It's always so weird with the business pages. Hello, everyone. Hi. When Adrian gets here too, we're going to go through all of our events and I'm going to post links. So everyone can see where we're going to be and when we're going to be places. The presentation went great. I presented this morning virtually to a group of educators in Marathon County, and it was great. I did a modified version of my education presentation. Just nice people, nice special educators. I every presentation I do, to educators, I just try to thank them and tell them how thankful I am that they chose our kids and that they're working with our kids. And I think that comes through. I really try to, highlight some of the hard parts, some of the sad parts, but focus on all the good as well. Adrian, I should be letting you in right now. There we go. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna fix my volume, so just hold on 1 second. There we go. All fixed. Why are you doing that?
These are my new knives.
Ah, they don't look new. Are they
Well, this was my mother-in-law's. This is an old knife, and this is the knife sharpener, and this is your hand when you grab it.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's the worst sound. Really. I was waiting. There's so much excitement happening. I have all this food up here, so I was hoping my husband was going to come get on the video with us because he's hungry.
What is all this food from?
Well, this is a wonderful story. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to do the video with you. And Mary Scott calls me, my friend, and says, "Do you want any chicken and dumplings?" And I said, "Yes."
Yep,
But I'm
always
getting ready to do it. Yes, I'm getting ready to do a video. She goes, "Well, it's going in the trash if you don't come over here." So I threw on Amos's moccasins, aka slippers, and ran over there. And then I took my Tupperware container. But look what she gave me.
Why did she have it? Did she have an event?
They don't eat leftovers at their house.
So I've heard about this phenomenon. There are people who do not.
You have to pick these people as friends. It's like only children. If you choose only children, your children get invited on trips.
But can I ask a question? What is their reason? They must have a reason.
I don't know. I don't want to encourage them to eat them.
Because I think there's some foods that are better the second day.
We eat leftovers. Like, I cook, so the idea is you have to eat it 2 nights in a row.
We're the same. We always have something. I would be honest.
I don't let you eat it for lunch because I'm saving it for dinner.
Like at any given time, we have like a chicken Alfredo, or we always have spaghetti or something in the fridge, and my kids just mow it.
Yep. So we've got beef vegetable soup, beef stew, macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna freeze that.
Portions. She needs to cook smaller portions.
We're not encouraging charging her that fried chicken. And then this is the chicken and dumplings. Now this, do you see this?
Yes.
Corn, well, or chicken pastry, depends what you want to call it. And then this is very exciting. This is fresh tuna. Right off the boat yesterday.
Fresh tuna. This is so funny to me. This is not like a casserole, like a little portion. This is like a lot of food.
This came off the back of the pickup truck. Her husband was like, "You want tuna?" I was like, "I'll take tuna." Yeah.
How do you
I like
cook the tuna?
well, tuna is good raw. So what we'll do is do a little olive oil and we'll just sear it real quick.
Yeah.
It's very good.
But back up real quickly. Did you say chicken pastry?
So some people call it chicken dumplings and some people call it chicken pastry. I grew up calling it chicken pastry.
Oh, I've never heard that. That's funny.
What do you call it?
Chicken and dumplings.
But in Edenton, there is this weird habit that people have. And I love Edenton, where I live, my tiny town. But I think this is ridiculous. They call that chicken pot pie.
So to me, chicken pot pie is when the goes across the whole thing.
It's in a
which
pie.
are wonderful. They're wonderful.
It's in a pie.
I love when,
it's
like,
a chicken.
And also I'll say my chicken pot pie gravy is like more clear, if that makes sense. Where like chicken dumplings is like a cream based.
Well, to me, the word pie means there's a crust.
Yes.
So I don't even care anything about it. But if
What's
you add the word pie, there's a crust. That has no crust. That is chicken pastry, not chicken pot pie.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of food. So well done.
And I know, and I just ate a peanut butter banana sandwich with peanut butter, banana, and mayonnaise. I don't know if you eat those up in the intro.
I would never put mayonnaise on it, but that was Elvis's favorite sandwich, peanut butter and banana. And my dad always said that, so I've eaten those my whole life.
Well, the mayonnaise makes it the best.
I wouldn't think to put that on there. I'm not against any food, so I'm not against it, but I wouldn't know what it would add.
It adds, you've got sugary and then you've got salty. It's kind of like eating a potato chip.
Okay, liking it.
What is the dog eating?
Chicken pastry.
So anyway, so that's exciting.
I'm telling you, I have never had a friend call to give me food. So that is new to me and I'm loving it.
Well, I said last year, sometime I was like, I'll come and get the leftovers. Look, here he is. I'm on Kate's video.
I've never seen him.
You never met Kate?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
I bet he feels like he knows me, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're best friends.
And he's like, I really like Kate. I like that he like talks about you like he already knows you.
Yeah.
I'm the level-headed one, Thomas, in between Adrian and Carrie,
Yep.
and it's true.
That's a good place to be, honestly.
I'm level-headed. I was just showing Kate all these leftovers.
Did you have it there?
No, that Mary Scott just gave me.
Really?
Yeah. But you have to eat this because this is the oldest.
Ugh.
Well, no, it's from Saturday and these are from Sunday.
What is it?
It's chicken pastry.
Mm.
But guess what this is? Look,
But you can't eat the now. It's too late, isn't it?
fresh tuna off the boat yesterday.
Really? Boy, that looks good. Russell would love it.
I know we're gonna have to save it. Do we have to freeze it? You should cook a tiny bit.
I don't know when they get yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay.
You probably referred
Oh.
to it. There.
Okay.
So I was thinking, Adrian, before we got into our topic, which I haven't decided on yet, let's go through each of our events and I'm going to share links as we talk about them. No, you're doing it. If people don't come to these events, you're going to fail. You're a big failure.
I don't have events. I was looking at the publicity document today. I got up at 4:30 this morning to do work. I can't hear you. It's wonderful.
I was whispering insults.
And I get up at 4:30 today. I'm working at 4:30 and I was thinking like, this is what successful people do, but they would exercise. So I get up.
Okay, sorry. First time in like a year.
No bragging. Nobody wants to hear.
I'm so sorry. I can hardly sit on the toilet.
And I go through the document and all I see is the color purple. It's also a movie. It's Kate's color. Purple, 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 purple. But I added a lot of red addresses. I got more addresses than you people do.
So let's tell people what we're talking about. Okay, so, oh, I have it right here. Hold on. I got a book. I got a book right here. Hold
Where
on.
is Carrie? Carrie is on vacation.
Did you realize how closely colored these were? I didn't realize that.
I did.
I didn't realize that. I like this one better, our new one.
Oh,
this
you
is like
do?
so pretty. That's so pretty. So we're gonna just do a little book talk first. Although I had someone last night tell me to shut up about my book, but Adrian's here and she's going to support me because she is an author.
Well, they make you talk about the book so often. Let me interrupt you for a minute. So little Thomas, my 19-year-old, called me and he said, how's the book tour?
Oh,
And I was like,
sweetheart.
it hasn't started yet. It starts in like March 31st. Huh. Well, you've been posting all these tickets. I'm like, God, because they make us
I know.
buy the tickets so I can stop posting. I need to sell out events. My son thinks I'm like in Indiana on a book tour.
No idea where you are. Okay. The other thing Adrian was referencing is that we have to pick important people to send a copy of the book to and beg them to post about it. It's the worst part, and I didn't do it for Forever Boy.
Oh, you did?
That's true story.
Didn't? See, you've talked about it so much that I knew it was coming. It's like getting your dad to buy tampons for the first time for you when you're 15. It's very traumatic.
People don't even give me addresses. They're like, I message unreceived.
Oh, well, there are a few that I'm like, they read that. That person, I'm not going to name names, but one person read my message and I did a video on my page with the person, and that person owes me big.
Do I know who it is?
You know.
I know who it is.
And I'm going to get it.
And okay, so I have shared this with Adrian and Carrie that you find out who really likes you when you have a book come out, because they will ghost you. And you know who I had the biggest problem with? Men. Men ghosted me. They were like, yeah, no. Isn't that weird?
I had Hadley and Daddy. Hadley and Daddy, have you know him? He's a dad on Instagram.
No.
He was like, I'd love to have you on. I followed him for a while. But I had one person, they were like, well, I'm going to need to read the book first before I can commit.
Oh. Well, actually, we're partnering with a charity and they said the same thing. They're like, we want to know what's in the book.
Look, everybody's like, I would love a book. Everybody thinks we're giving books away. Are we going to give a book away on this video?
You know, I was wondering we could. So Adrian and I each have, how many books do we each have?
I just ordered 300, but I only have about 6 here because my people keep taking them.
Okay, so let's first go through our events. So I have our website here. And I'm going to share a link right now, people. So our first event is actually a day before the book comes out, which is a very big deal. So if you come to this event, you get your book a day early. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that's pretty cool. They don't do that very often. It's in Stillwater, Minnesota. And we're going to have appetizers, and there'll be a bar if you want to have a drink. You don't have to. We're going to get dressed up.
Yes.
And Adrian and Carrie and I are going to read from the book and just share and do a book signing. And so it's our first event.
We're reading from the book?
I think we will. So typically if we don't do a presentation, like when I've done book events, you'll read a few of your favorite parts and then take questions after. And we can also tell how it came to be as well.
I will just say, and I could like maybe start crying because I'm tired. This is a good book.
It is.
It's like, and I've never written a book. I'll probably never write a book again. So this is your one chance to get a hold of me. But we read it out loud for Audible. And I would say, I don't like, I do buy books, I guess, but this book particularly, because people follow us, like I would want to have a hard copy and I would want Audible.
Well, you know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize, so I was never an audiobook person because it overwhelmed me to get an account. Like that sounds
Right.
weird, but it was like Audible confused me. Like, do I have to pay them monthly? And that's maybe just me being weird. So I never
Right.
did audiobooks. And then I started driving a lot for different things for work, and I fell in love with audiobooks. I didn't realize how much people love it. Like they're audio or they're print.
Mm.
It's amazing to me. But what people like about the audio with us is it's our own words, our voices.
Yeah. And it was pretty amazing. That was the first time, to be honest. I, 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 s- I should have, I had not totally read the thing through.
Oh, either had I.
Oh, good.
I haven't read.
Thomas, did you read our book?
Not yet.
He took, he's going to stay up all night tonight and read it.
Okay.
So anyway, that'll be
Thomas, so
fun to,
can I tell Thomas he can just listen? So my husband, it was different when I wrote my book. Jamie had to sign a legal release. I don't know why we didn't have to do it this time. So Jamie had to sign a legal release to say that everything was true in the book and he wasn't going to sue. And so I told him he had to read the book, and he's like, "Oh, I trust you." And true story, he tried to read it twice and fell asleep. So then my book launch party came up maybe 3 weeks after the book came out, and I said, "You need to read this book because everyone's going to be asking you questions." So he got the Audible and listened to it on 1.5 speed as fast as he could.
Glad I didn't sign that release so I can still sue.
Yes, so can Jack. So can Jack.
yeah, and Carrie's son Jack really might.
Everyone can sue. But it was so funny because
And didn't
he felt depressed.
didn't he read some of it and argue about what he read?
He goes, "Wow, you really went for it. You really put it out there." Yeah.
Look, now Thomas,
Book?
are you in the book? Yeah, there's a chapter
Oh.
on you.
No way.
A whole chapter on each of our marriages.
Oh, yeah.
Each of our
He's
marriages.
gonna he's gonna take his fried chicken down there and grease up my book.
Oh, no, I'm gonna
Have Grandpa read it. Oh my God, Grandpa.
You already read it?
No, he would like to.
Tanya,
Put on some latex.
yes, you can get signed copies at Valley Bookstore that day. Okay, so then our second event, then we have some things that we have some big things that we're doing in the interim, which we can't quite share yet. They're very big, exciting things, involving an airplane and going somewhere. And then we
can tell where we're going. We just can't tell what we're doing.
Okay, you tell.
No, I don't want to get in trouble. I'll get in trouble.
We're always in trouble, aren't we?
We're
okay.
Going to a state up north.
Minnesota.
Yes. Another one.
Okay, so then our second event, Adrian isn't able to come to this one. And that's just fine. It's in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah. No,
So,
I can't.
Are there any Buffalo people on here? Whoop, whoop. Are you charging $20 for the book signing? You know what? We're not. We're charging $20 for an event with appetizers and drinks and a $5 coupon for a book, Jan. You should come. We would love to have you there.
Maybe we should charge 50.
I think we could charge 50, considering the book is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then is anyone on here near Buffalo? Carrie is from Buffalo, and she is putting on a shindig that I am pretty excited for.
That really is going to be fun. It's Amos's spring break. And if you live with Amos, we talk about spring break 987 times a day.
Yeah. Oh, Cooper's going bowling tomorrow. That's all we talk about right now.
Well, I need to live somewhere that has more activities because there's nothing I can find that, gets him tickled.
So, Adrian, I don't have a link for the third event, which is in Raleigh. Can you talk about that one?
Yeah. So we're going to be in Raleigh, and that is May. Did I just skip ahead?
Nope. I have it right here. Raleigh is May 1st. Or April. Is it May 1st or April 30th? May 1st.
But don't we have an event before then?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to be in Raleigh on May 1st, which is a Thursday night, right? Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And at my alma mater, Meredith College, is going to have us. And I spoke there pretty early on in my writing career, and love Meredith. And they have a great auditorium, and they'll do kind of a cocktail hour prior, I think, for alumni and professors and stuff. And then we'll speak there, and then we'll go to a yummy dinner.
Ooh, yummy dinner.
Where are
And
we going to go?
we're
I have to think.
there in Raleigh.
Maybe we'll go to dinner with my son Thomas.
Oh, I would love that.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll do that.
I would love that.
I bet he could come. That would be good. Oh,
So
that'd be good.
Sawyer, I'm telling you, and you know Sawyer, he would come to every one of my events. And he is just a schmoozer. So he works the
He is so cute. And what a nice age. I had that for like a second, where I used to, when I traveled early on, and I traveled a lot early because that was really the only way I made money. So I was like, I swear I went somewhere every week.
Yeah.
And I would take one of them with me each time.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I would just take turn, or maybe it wasn't every week, it was every other week or something. But Blair would be like, Russell got to go to Atlanta and I went to Oxford. Anyway.
Okay, so our fourth event, and this one is
Yes, anybody can attend the one in Raleigh. I think they will do tickets. I don't think they'll charge. Well, I don't know what they're doing with the books. I'm sure they'll have people sign up because it got very full when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was there, and I know that Kate and I are hot commodities as well.
Okay. Speaking of outkicking your coverage, okay, so that's where I was going. That was a good segue.
I've never heard that expression.
Usually it's with dating someone above your 6. So our next event is in Naperville, Illinois with Anderson Bookstore. And so I want to fully admit that I'm nervous, and this is the one that I want everyone to come to. So when I had my event,
she hasn't told me this. I'm very intrigued to hear what she's going to say.
When I had my event there for Forever Boy, they typically don't work with small authors, which they don't have to. That's fine.
Oh, you didn't tell me this.
Someone that worked at the bookstore just took a chance and was like, she has a big following, so let's let her have it. And when I got there, they told me, and I'm going to mess up the numbers, but there was 2 thresholds. They had 125 person threshold, and then if it was anywhere bigger, reserved typically for famous people. The day after me, it was Jerry from the Spice Girls, Jerry Halloway.
Oh, Spice Girls.
I'm saying that right. But they have a lot of famous authors. And so I said, I'm pretty sure, because they capped me at 125. And I said, I'm pretty sure we can sell more tickets. So they got the space.
He's downstairs.
So I got the bigger space. The tickets.
So this is why you've been like, you got to sell these freaking tickets, because we can't.
Oh, I have all of them because they'll cancel us.
We can't have egg on our face. Oh, well, now I'm committed. I didn't know this.
No one's going to throw eggs. But if they don't make...
this is an expression my husband always says.
Oh.
You want me to have egg on my face. Like you're a dork.
Oh. Thomas. You. I was thinking of throwing tomatoes.
That would be good. Like the Muppets.
Okay. Then, now this
Put
next
the Naperville link up because they're asking for it.
I did. I'll do it again.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah. So, and Naperville puts on a beautiful event.
And I'm like, when I picture Naperville, because I don't know anything about Naperville, I picture Hallmark movie.
Yes. Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls is what it reminds me.
Is that what it is? Okay. I don't know why that's in my mind. How far is it from the big city of Chicago?
Less than an hour, I think.
It's good.
So, because we'll fly in and then drive.
If you're going to Naperville, make sure you get your ticket. What's the Naperville date? May 2nd, right?
May 2nd.
Friday night.
Yep. Okay. So then, and we're very busy. We're very, very busy. So then we, May 14th, my mother's birthday, Mama's birthday, we are going to be in Austin, Texas with Book People. And they also have lots of really big people, like Jen Hatmaker, Rachel Hollis.
And it's called what's it called? The
Book People. People know this, like know this name.
Book People.
Doris is asking for this link. I'm gonna
So where's Book People?
Austin, Texas.
Austin. So we fly in, we go to Austin. That night we come back and we end up in
Santa Fe. So if you want to come to my
Santa Fe?
retreat,
Hey,
San
no.
Antonio, excuse me. If you want to come to my retreat, it's what? How far? I don't even know how far away that is.
That's like a different state.
Is it New Mexico?
I don't know. It's very far.
Well, you're sitting there doing nothing, and I'm all up. This is the story of my life.
She's my Sherpa.
Sherpa. Isn't that like one of those like cozy blankets?
No, Sherpa are those people that carry up all your mess up to Everest while you hike.
Oh my gosh, I will get you up there, I promise. Okay, so come to our event in San Antonio, and that's the 2.5-day event. So you get to spend all the time. You'll be sick of Adrian by then, if that's
You
possible.
forgot a very important event.
I don't have a link for yours. Yours?
And so did I. I am having an event that no one will come to but me. It's April 11th weekend, and it is for my subscribers.
I think that no one's going because I'm part of your group, and everyone's looking for the link.
The link is talesweekend.com.
Someone said it doesn't work. I'm gonna look at it right now.
It works. Just sometimes it doesn't work. Carrie is on vacation.
Talesweekend.com.
What about Florida? We hadn't gotten there yet.
Oh, look at you!
Does it work?
Picture.
I mean,
the whole thing is you.
Look at that. Look how good I look.
If you want to be sit on this golf cart next to this lady, that is so funny.
Talesweekend.com. Look, Sheila said it does work. See, Sheila's coming. So that's April 11th weekend, but you have to be a subscriber to come to that.
Okay. So then we did add, was there one other thing? Oh, Jupiter, Florida. But that's not set yet. That's going to be in October. And I am so excited for that.
And we're going to do, while we're in Jupiter, because we're going to stay in Key Biscayne, we're going to do something in Miami, Key Biscayne.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it's very convenient.
So has anyone on here heard of L's for Autism? It is
Ernie. And I'm going to do something in Manio. So we're each going to be doing some things on our own. Like I'm definitely going to do Manio. And then, aren't we going to do, well, we're doing Raleigh. I think there'll be more. Like when I was doing the schedule, looking at all your events, your speaking things, I was like, I need to go ahead and pencil myself in at some bookstores. What about Nashville? We would love to be in Nashville.
Very much so. Like that's like the top, but I don't know what happened. I never heard anything.
No, who was supposed to be working on it? Was
Carrie,
it me?
but I think we focused on, so just for context, I'm going to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania for this awesome event called Mother to Mother. I'm so excited. And I've reached out to 3 bookstores and I haven't even got a response. It is a very humbling thing to try and get into some of these bookstores.
So the bookstore business, you say this. And so I've been like, I had this one bookstore in Manio. They've been so nice. Like, please come. We want to do an event. I'm like, they're so wonderful. But another bookstore I went in, that's like kind of a bookstore in North Carolina that I've bought a lot of books there. I took Amos in there, and I'm not going to use the name of the bookstore, but I took Amos and our service dog in the bookstore to introduce myself and say, like, I'm going to be in town. I want to do this. And the person put on a blue latex glove and walked around after me, picking up invisible things off the carpet.
Meaning that Amos and Adrian and Honor were just too messy to even be in there. That's what that really means.
Amos was sitting, so it was the dog and I kind of walking around while he was reading. And so then you know what I did? I started picking up stuff off the floor and handing it to her. I was like, "Oh, you forgot a leaf."
Did she take it?
She took it and took his gloves off. Darn it. I know, passive aggressive. I invented it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that's a great story. It's a fantastic story. Oh, and then one last thing I want to share before we figure out our lives. If you want to order a signed copy, that's the last thing I'll share. You can still, so if you want a copy and someone said, are you using a stamp? No. Adrian and Carrie are flying in.
There's
and
no
we
stamp.
are, you know what I did? So I have my newsletter. I have 33,000 people subscribed to my newsletter, and typically like 15,000 people read it, right? I mean, it's, sometimes 12. I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is I sent my newsletter out and I said, if half of you pre-ordered my book, half of you, a third, if 1,000 of you pre-ordered our book, I was like begging. I was on the ground, like, just because it's so hard to get them to pre-order.
Well, and to be honest, I've never pre-ordered a book in my life.
I pre-ordered Brittany and Jessica Simpson.
Wait, what did you say?
I pre-ordered Britney Spears' book and I pre-ordered Jessica Simpson's book. And with those books, it actually matters because...
Well, I would now that I know all these tricks.
But like with that one, like they have to print enough. Like ours, that's not a problem. But for them, like they could have stopped printing at some point. So,
well, I shouldn't admit this, but you know how you're talking about like you send people books and you don't hear from them.
Yeah. I know.
I just would always feel guilty and say, yes, I'll take the book.
Yeah.
And then the book just sits in my office. But now
Yeah,
I'm committed. Yeah. I've got a book that somebody sent me and sent a very good kit. And I said, I'm going to do your book and you're going to do my book. Let's go ahead and pick a date so we can be on each other's pages.
What was the book? Oh. Yeah. I mean, it means a big deal if you throw their book up in your story.
I know. It's very nice. I don't know why I didn't do it. Oh, here it is. Oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I already told you about this. And it's this. I hope we have a box like this.
Let's see. Hold it up. Oh, I like when there's a box. I just got that beautiful one about the White House. I was on some list. That one was beautiful.
Safe and simple food allergy prevention.
Cute.
And in the box, there's pink paper.
I hate that stuff. There's go crazy with that stuff. But yes.
There's the book, which is lovely. And then there's snacks. Oh no, look. There's freeze food in perfect portions.
You know who had the best?
I'm gonna go freeze my chicken pastry in this.
Mary Catherine had the best one for her second book. It was so nice.
What is that?
How big's her budget? Good grief.
Is there any? There's more.
You better post about this book.
I'm gonna. Baby-led weaning food cutters.
Well, I was always afraid of baby-led weaning. I never could do it.
I don't even know what it is.
You basically give a child, you have no fear of choking. So they're smart enough to stop. So just Google baby-led weaning and you'll see like a 6-month-old eating a turkey leg.
I thought baby-led weaning was when you let the baby decide when to quit breastfeeding.
That's another type, but this is what she's doing is the food version of it.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I was a baby-led weaner. Oh, and I didn't even know what it meant. Little Thomas would like full on have a cheeseburger at 8 months old.
Wiener.
It was a wiener. True.
Big wiener.
Doris just got her ticket for Naperville. If you buy your ticket, I'm going to give you a shout out.
I know Doris very, very well. She's very sweet.
Yay, Doris.
Marnie, I ordered the first book order and I'm buying a signed one at the launch. Can't wait. Oh, yay.
Yeah. So anybody that's like, well, I already bought my book, buy another book and give it to your library, give it to a teacher, give it to a person in the grocery store that looks foul.
Oh, hey, talk about the Goodreads thing, because we didn't know about that until we learned.
But
Adrian, I'm worried about your memory. You better remember this.
What if I have early onset dementia?
So Carrie and I have conversations because we're worried.
Do you really?
Well, I mean, there's some moments, but you're under a lot of stress with Grandpa.
Well, I know book reads, but I don't know what it is.
Goodreads, not book reads.
Oh.
So you put it in your story right away. We had a call with our publisher who said one of the ways you can support us is go into your Goodreads, which is
Yeah.
like an online book chat sharing thing, and go to Autism Out Loud and pick Want to Read. It's really
yes, I did that. But then so I did a story, and now I remember Want to Read, and then you know what people did?
What?
They commented. So the point is to get people to say they want to read it, so they'll like order more. They said, all of them commented, I already ordered it.
Oh, yeah, it's confusing.
I cannot get into this conversation. I know you've ordered it. I want you to say you want to read it, but why? I've already ordered it.
I know. So my thing that I just make fun of, and I'm making fun of, I'm not going to use real names, but it's like wonderful, the aunts in my family. One of them was like, well, I didn't have to buy it. I borrowed it from so-and-so. And another aunt was like, yeah, I'll give you my copy. And I'm like, there's 8 of you. Don't share one book.
I know. I told my mother that because they were on sale, and she was like, well, I already bought some. I was like, yeah, too bad.
Yeah, I don't care.
What was the group? What was the one that we did that they have all the signed, everything they sell is signed? What was that site called?
Premiere.
I think that's kind of cool. I've like delved into that a little bit.
See if any of these people, I live in Minnesota. When did you say the Stillwater day was? And there's only like 20 tickets left for Stillwater. So order your ticket. It's March 31st.
Do I have to buy a ticket?
No, but I got one for Jamie. And
is Jamie coming?
I hope so. So I wait for the sitter.
Is Joe coming?
Yes.
So I'm the only one with no husband there.
Do you want Sawyer?
Yeah, that might actually.
Who's your fella? Okay, so this Premiere thing, we had never heard of it, but let's see if anyone on here has. So it's essentially this like memorabilia collectibles website that will partner with authors and I think athletes too, people. And so they'll give you something for your book order. So it'll come signed. They're going to give away some live videos with us. There were other things too.
Yeah, like we're going to, it was neat. I actually really liked it.
I thought it was.
I signed my book plates and mailed them off to you yesterday.
Okay, and I got Carrie's. Oh. But it was interesting because when you look at the website, like you never know if things are real or, hokey. But it was Savannah Guthrie. Who else was on there?
Christy Brinkley?
Yeah, big deal.
That's my Christy Brinkley smile.
Exactly. Nailed it. Yeah. Hey, when did you get your braces off? Do you know?
He said 1.5 years when I got them. Oh. So it's only been but my teeth are getting better. Look, see how it used to do this for, see?
Yeah.
It was like this, and now it's almost straight.
I think they look great. No,
they're still cockeyed.
We're going to be spending so much time together.
And Kate, I'll give you all a teensy secret. Kate and I share rooms when we go places.
And if we don't share a room, Adrian shows up with her suitcase.
Adrian doesn't like to stay by herself on a trip.
I'm all for it. I don't need to stay alone. I like to be. It's more fun. Well, Carrie goes, are you guys sharing rooms when we're in, where? She's like, we don't even have to pay for them. Why would you get your own room? And I was like, well, Adrian needs me.
She could stay in the room with us. She won't.
We don't all need to be in one room.
Well, I didn't even look to see if the hotel had an elevator. You know, Carrie doesn't do elevators. I wonder, what if she's going to be on like the 63rd floor? She'll be sweaty all the time.
Oh my gosh. She'll run stairs with weights.
So Carrie, when we were in New York, Carrie was like, I'm claustrophobic. And I was like, I had never met Carrie in person. I guess you had.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know about the claustrophobic part.
Well, she's like, I'm claustrophobic. And I thought, I mean, like my mom says she's claustrophobic, but I can't tell. We get in the elevator and they're like, we go to the top of the rock. I'm like, we're going to the top of the rock. It's going to be great. Carrie is like, excuse me, hello. She's rubbing people and like working to the front.
Climbed in like someone's vest, the orange puppy vest, man.
I mean, she was like in a mosh pit moving to the front. It was really incredible.
And what's incredible about it is Carrie is probably one of the calmest people. And tall, but very calm and very just very.
Excuse me.
But as we were going towards the elevator, like she was starting to panic. Like she was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. And we're like, what?
Like, I could walk. I was like, it's 90 flights of stairs. You're not walking. It's not going to happen.
If you've never been there, and I hadn't been there, they herd you like cattle from like spot to spot to spot.
Uh-huh.
So each time, like she was like shedding layers.
It was bad.
It was amazing. It brought me joy. Okay, should we hop on my subscriber page?
Yeah. You met Carrie at your weekend. Yeah, but wasn't my weekend after New York? I can't remember. Don't ask me.
Oh, and the cruise. You met Carrie.
Not before we went to New York, though. Wasn't the cruise after New York?
Nope, all that was before.
Oh. My husband he will ask me things, and then he'll be like, what is so-and-so? And I'm like, I have no idea. He's like, so for like years, he thought I was lying. And then he's really realized, I don't remember.
But you told me a funny story about Thomas that he was like talking to you about like the UPS man or something. There was like some person, and you're like, never met him. And he was like, yes, you have. You talked to him. I laughed out loud because I was like, oh, poor Thomas.
Well, when we first moved to Edenton, I'm not good with people's names either. Like I just sort of, I have pretend facial blindness, but I don't know people's names. And Mary Scott, who gave me all the food, is like, oh my gosh, like you are horrible. You don't know anybody's name. I'm like, so-and-so. And you're like, who is that? I just don't. So I studied the church booklet. I try to really be on top of things, but I just don't. And I went to a party, and it was like a bunch of family there. And I was like, hey, Gillum. And Thomas was like, that was Benbury. And I was like, well, I mean, they kind of look alike. He was like, they're both old. But like what I'm struggling with you is what he said is, you said it with such confidence.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm all in. Like, I'm going to use the wrong name. I'm all in.
Did Bippy correct?
No, Bimber didn't say a thing. You just said,
oh,
Bippy.
So before we go, you think you
Never
have
heard these names.
I mean, your problems are whatever. Jamie's hearing is going.
Oh, well,
so
that's
that's
a problem. I live with the deaf person. You got to get the hearing aids from Costco.
Okay, so Jamie's mom cannot hear, and she's finally, it took her a long time. She got hearing aids, and she still really can't hear. And Jamie cannot hear. And what's interesting about it is he yelled, then he'll get mad. Is that I think that's the first step of hearing loss. He's like, well, you're talking to me in a different room, like, the room's open. And I'm like, I can hear you just fine. Like, I can hear your response. It's a problem. It's very stressful. And I won't repeat things for him anymore. I'm like, you figure it out.
My dad, cannot hear well. And he is adamant to not have hearing aids. My father-in-law didn't have them forever. And I'll tell you what happened. We were going out to dinner and doing things, and he was he was
Your dad or grandpa?
my grandpa, my father-in-law. He would sit and watch my mother-in-law's mouth and try to like read her lips. And it drove my husband and my mother-in-law crazy. And they like, my husband said, I'm not going out to eat with you ever again until you get hearing aids. I'm just